All right, guys, so this is kind of crazy. We got a leaked secret Kamala video. This event here was closed to the press. This was, I believe it was like some Australian real estate conference, which, by the way, is super weird in and of itself, right? Like, you just ran for president. Democrats need leadership. You ran and you hid, and so you did some real estate conference. My guess is the paycheck was colossal, which, by the way, there's a whole other conversation to have here about public servants cashing in immediately as soon as they get the opportunity. I hate it. I don't even think it should be legal, but let's put that aside for a second. We got a secret leaked video of her in this place, and listen to what she says here about Trump, because this actually is somewhat surprising to me. Let's go.
I do worry, frankly, about what's happening right now in our world. I do worry that it is important that we remember history. It's important we remember the 1930s. It's important that we remember that history has taught us that isolation does not equal insulation. It is important that we understand and remember history, which taught us the interdependence and interconnection between nations. History that has taught us the importance of relationships of trust, the importance of friendships, integrity, honesty.
As I said, I think your best work is ahead of you for sure, 100%.
I am unemployed right now. One must speak truth.
She literally compared it to the 1930s. She said it's important we remember history. It's important we remember the 1930s. That means even your standard, run-of-the-mill, normie Democrat, as we've seen among the base, this has become way more prominent. The Democratic base is becoming radicalized in the best sense of the word on a daily basis, looking at how this country is being destroyed. But here's Kamala saying, we need to remember the 1930s. Well, gee, what happened in the 1930s? The rise of Hitler, the rise of fascism, and she's making that direct comparison. She's saying, yeah, a lot of the things we're witnessing, this is like the 1930s. And then she goes on to say, we need to realize isolation does not equal insulation. And so what she's referring to there is Trump's trade war, Trump alienating our allies and making enemies of them, literally launching a trade war with the entire world at the same time. By the way, what's a side effect of that? A side effect of that is the United States as the dollar, as the world reserve currency, is now not long for this world anymore. And when when our dollar is not the world reserve currency anymore, then our debt matters, our deficits matter, and there's no confidence in our currency. And then you're looking not just at a recession, but also at a depression in this country. And Trump either doesn't know or doesn't care that he's making confidence in the dollar evaporate, which means that has huge ramifications economically for everybody in this country. But he's a fucking bull in a china shop, and he's an idiot, and he doesn't care, or he's purposely trying to destroy the country. So yes, isolation does not equal insulation. That's exactly right. You could launch a trade war against everybody, but then when they turn around and say, okay, well, fuck you then, you have Japan and South Korea and China all making a deal together. Those countries hate each other. Now they're making a deal with each other. Everybody's looking at China now and going, okay, I guess you guys are leading the way because obviously the Americans are fucking crazy. Our word is no good. You pull out of the Paris Climate Agreement, you rip up the Iran deal, you rip up your own trade agreement with Canada, the USMCA. Of course, fucking Canada and Mexico and Europe and all, they're all going to look at the US and go, well, you're saying fuck you to us. How about we say fuck you to you? And then Trump's going to be like, no, not like that. Wait, I was supposed to be an asshole against you. You can't retaliate. They're all retaliating, you dumb bitch. And then we're screwed. And then we're fucked. So yes, isolation does not equal insulation. And in fact, you're making everything worse with your actions. And she's right. It's like the 1930s. Now, by the way, this is a super important point to make. I would say to Kamala, look, if you truly believe that in your heart and soul, that we are living through another 1930s-like period with the rise of fascism again, which, by the way, is correct. That is correct. In fact, I'd argue we're already in the 1940s with it. The shit is peaking right now. Then where are you? All right, where are you? Why do we need a leaked secret video when you're at a real estate conference, right? Now, look, she's not going to be my preferred candidate for 2028, but at the same time, we need voices of leadership, right? We see Bernie doing his thing, God bless him, AOC doing her thing, God bless her, Jasmine Crockett, Maxwell Frost, Tim Walz. We have seen a bunch of people in this moment rise up, doing the anti-oligarchy tour, doing town halls in red states, speaking directly to the people. There are plenty of people who are leading, but Kamala needs to make a decision, right? Are you going to be with the Chuck Schumers and the Hakeem Jeffries, who are weak, spineless, pathetic losers who don't know how to fight and don't even care to fight? Are you going to be with Alyssa Slotkin, who bends the knee to MAGA and votes for at least 8 of Trump's cabinet picks, right? Or are you going to stand up and fight and have a spine and be strong and be with the fighters in the Democratic Party who not only want to defeat Trump and Trumpism and all of his policies, but also represent a better future where it's not viewed anymore like the problem is trans people and immigrants. The problem are the billionaires. The problem is the corruption. The problem is the fascist coup that we're witnessing. Down with the fascists, down with the robber baron billionaires. That's what we got to be all about. And so look, if you really were about that life, it wouldn't be a secret leaked video from an Australian real estate conference. You would be out there front and center. You would be doing your own rallies. You would be going to the anti-oligarchy tour. But I think the fact of the matter is she finds herself in this weird place where she is more sympathetic to the Chuck Schumers and the Hakeem Jeffries and the abundance movement people. But what she's got to realize, and everybody's got to realize, is that is not the future of the Democrats. The future of the Democrats are the fighters, the ruthless fighters who say, fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Every policy you're supporting and shoving on this country are exactly wrong. You're destroying the Constitution. We're going to fight back. We're going to destroy the fascists. We're going to destroy the robber baron billionaires. We're going to get money out of politics. We're going to do universal health care. We're going to do unions for everybody. We're going to have a higher minimum wage. We're going to end the wars. This is the future. And so it's interesting that she seems to acknowledge the gravity of the moment, the seriousness of the moment, the extremism of the moment, that we're in the 1930s. But at the same time, you're not really acting like it if you're hiding, right? I would say the same to Barack Obama. You're not really acting like it if you're hiding, or you're on a yacht with Robert Branson or whatever his name is, that billionaire asshole who Obama liked to hang out with the second he got out of the presidency, right? You're not acting like it. You're not acting like it. So start fucking acting like it. This is a fucking 5-alarm fire. We need everybody, all hands on deck, and we need to be crystal fucking clear in our vision. So she's right on the substance. It is like the 1930s, or if anything, I'd say more like the 1940s now. And she's right that isolation does not equal insulation, but now it's a new era. If Democrats don't get their fight, they don't grow a spine, they don't know how to really believe in something and drive that message home, and play this game of politics, then those Democrats are done. They're gone. They'll be in the dustbin of history, bro. That's where they'll be. So she's got to make up her mind where she wants to stand on that. But as I said, it really is quite something that a normie Democrat, sort of a standard Democrat, and a leader at that, supposed to be a leader at least, she's like, yeah, this is like the 1930s. It's like Tim Walz came out and said, ICE or the Gestapo. These are things that people like us have been saying for a long time, but we were viewed as fringe crazy people. Now, everybody's like, oh shit, you guys were right about everything. Yeah, you're damn fucking right. So now maybe when we give you advice this time around, you should also fucking listen, because yet again, we're correct. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.